Hello my fellow book addicts, Megan here, and time for another Unhaul video. Oh my god, I feel like I just did an Unhaul. Though, that might just because I uploaded my Unhaul somewhat recently. I actually filmed that probably like a month before I uploaded it because I suck at timing. But yeah, it hasn't been too long since my last Unhaul, but I already have more Unhauls to do. I don't know, either way, I have another Unhaul for ya. And yeah, let's just get right into it. Anyway, the first book on my stack is An Enchantment of Ravens by Margaret Rogerson. And this was a nice book. I did enjoy it, but I didn't enjoy it enough where I think I'm going to be rereading it anytime soon. So with that, it's just taking up room on my shelf. So time to unhaul it, and hopefully it can find itself in the hands of someone who enjoys it more. Next on my list is Blood Rose Rebellion by Rosalind Eves. I didn't read this book actually. It's been sitting on my shelf for a good while now. I reread the synopsis lately and it didn't draw my attention too much. And since it didn't draw my attention too much now, it's gonna make me even less likely to read it, so probably never gonna get to this, so it's time to let it go. This one hurts a little bit, because I liked a series that this author did before, but I picked up the book, read the synopsis, and I'm like, this isn't jumping out at me. I probably impulse buyed it, like, yeah, I'm gonna like it, and it just isn't tickling my fancy. And it is Roseblood by A.G. Howard. I read the Splintered series a while back. I actually have reviews for it up. I know this book has something to do with the Phantom of the Opera, whether it's a retelling or just kind of ties into it somehow, I don't know. But either way, it's not grabbing my attention. So it is time to let it go. The next book I have is The Lost Son by Tessa Gratton, and this is book 1 in the United States of Asgard. I thought I would love this because it's tied into, Norse mythology, and I'm like, cool, I like mythology. I want to get more into Norse mythology. Let's pick this up, let's read it. And I sat down and I probably got 100 pages in, give or take, and it wasn't doing it for me. I just wasn't getting into the story too much. And I'm trying to do this new thing where if I'm not invested within 100 pages or so, and it's feeling draggy to me and I'm just not into it, time to DNF it. So I DNF this, and it's on its way to the used bookstore. Next book is also one that I have not read but just doesn't catch my interest anymore. It is Wicked Like a Wildfire by Lena Popovic, I think is how her last name is pronounced. This was an impulse buy for me, I believe, between the cover, the synopsis, and the fact that I think the author had a signing near me, and I'm like, cool, this looks interesting, let's grab it before the signing, and I never picked it up. And recently when looking for something to read, I looked at the synopsis and I'm like, this isn't drawing me as much as it was. Don't really have much interest in it. It was definitely an impulse buy. It's time to let it go. Next on my list is Labyrinth Lost by Zoraida Cordova, I believe is how you pronounce her name. And this is book 1 in the Brooklyn Brujas series. I read this. I did enjoy it. I really did. I thought it was a fun book. I thought it was an interesting book. It was a different book. But I can't see myself rereading it anytime soon. So, time to pass it on, let it go, so it can find its way into someone else's hands who will enjoy it more. Next, I have The Crown's Game by Evelyn Skye, and I can't remember how I came into possession of this book. I can't remember buying it. I can't remember the circumstances of which I bought it. And I was reading the synopsis and I'm like, it's not really vibing with me. I don't know why I got it. I don't know how I got it. So, time to let it go. If I'm not gonna read it, what's the point of keeping it? At this rate, I should just call this book haul the Let It Go book haul because I keep saying that. Next is Spliced by John McGoran, and I wanted to like this book. It sounded interesting. It sounded different from what I usually read, and chimeras interest me, and I don't know, just when I tried to read this book, it wasn't doing it for me. I'm not big on sci-fi to begin with. I wanted to give this a shot, even though it's kind of more sci-fi-ish, but I just couldn't. I couldn't get into it. I guess just sci-fi isn't my thing, at least when it comes to books, so time to let it go. This one pains me a little bit, because I love this author, but just looking at it, I don't have much desire to pick it up. And it is Tales from the Shadowhunter Academy. I did read the Magnus Bane Chronicles and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that little extra look into Magnus's life. But I don't know, I just don't feel super drawn to these short stories. I don't know why. I'm just not. So, gonna give this up, let it go. Next on my list is The Diabolic by S.J. Kincaid. I wanted to like this. I was excited to read it. But when I was picking it up to read it and just read the synopsis, I'm like, this sounds cool. It does still sound cool, but there's a lot of space involved and just, I wasn't feeling that. So, time to give it up. So next I have The Imposter Queen by Sarah Fine. I read this book. I enjoyed it. I thought it was enjoyable, but not enjoyable enough to warrant keeping as well. And I don't even think I'm going to continue on with the series because I don't know, I don't feel compelled to. I don't know, I just didn't enjoy it enough to keep going. So, time to unhaul it, let it go, and hope to find someone who appreciates it more. We're almost done here. Almost done. Next I have Lord of Shadows by Cassandra Clare. I unhauled Lady Midnight in my last unhaul, I believe. Since then I've read this. I have finished this trilogy. I enjoyed it. I really did. But I don't think I'm going to be rereading this anytime soon. And if I do, I'll get it from the library because these books are quite large and I just currently don't have the space to keep them. Like if I felt I was going to be rereading this like regularly, I would have kept them. But I don't think I am, so gotta get rid of them to open up some of that space. So the next two books are part of a series and they are Bloodborne and Frostburn by Patricia Briggs, and these are part of the Mercy Thompson series. The only reason I'm getting rid of these two books is because I got the hardcover versions. I do prefer hardcover, especially if they're books I'm going to be reading and rereading regularly and on the go. I do a lot of my reading at work when I'm on breaks. I read when I have a feeling I might be waiting for a while, like at doctor's offices and what have you. So I prefer the hardcovers because while they are difficult and a pain in the neck with the extra weight, especially when moving, I feel more comfortable moving with them. I feel more comfortable out in public with them because I don't have to worry about like the covers ripping or bending and just overall going through insane wear and tear. So I do prefer hardcovers when I can get them. So since I got the hardcovers, I can pass these along to the used bookstore. And oh my god, I am actually kind of afraid to do this one. I am not sure if I'm going to unhaul this final book or not. It's going to depend on how much I like the sequel. If I like the sequel and I feel that I will reread the two of these often enough, I will keep this. I'm currently reading the sequel now. I just started it. So this last book is a might unhaul. It depends. And it is This Savage Song by Victoria Schwab. This is the first book by her that I've read. I thought it was good. I enjoyed it. I have a review for it coming up soon. Hopefully soon, depending on how I can get my button gear and edit. But I did enjoy this book. I really did. But my keeping it will depend on how much I like the sequel, Our Dark Duets. I actually plan to start reading it after I do my filming. And if I enjoy that one, I will keep this and buy Our Dark Duet because I got it from the library. So, yeah. This is still kind of up in the air. I just felt the need to include it just in case it makes its way to the Unhaul pile. But anyway, that is it for this Unhaul. I'm sorry if I went kind of fast and didn't talk much about the books, but I want to get this all off my chest. So yeah, that is it for this video, and I hope to see you guys next time.